So welcome everyone to the World Peace Hologram program from the Repatterning Practitioners Association. I'm practitioner Carolyn Winter, and I'm here to do a session today that I'm calling Healing the Hurt Repatterning. It's an actual repatterning written by Chloe Wordsworth, of course. And those of you that had the opportunity before this broadcast to submit your information for the repatterning, thank you very much. It helps to shape the session for sure. But if you didn't, and you're listening to this broadcast later, it'll still work for you if you will just grab yourself a pen and paper, and where there's an opportunity for your own answers, just write them in, and I'll be prompting you as we go along, and consider yourself included, because I'm including everybody into this hologram, this field of resonance for this session today. And I think we just have to pause for a second here. Okay, so if you're, I know we have many colleagues and longtime practitioners and clients who've used this resonance repatterning system, but if you are new, I'll do a little quick summary of what we're going to do here today. It's about changing our field of energy so that we resonate in a very coherent place, and we ripple that energy out into the world to create peace. So peace inside creates peace out there. And as we go out there and we encounter the chaos that's around us everywhere, for you name the situations, it can jostle our field of energy. And so what we want to do is get our field of energy coherent, harmonious, loving, and broadcast that kind of energy out into the world. And so today our topic is healing the hurt repatterning. And before we get started, of course, if any of you are driving vehicles or operating heavy machinery, I ask that you just turn this broadcast off, because this requires your full concentration. We don't want you to get distracted. So please return to the broadcast later. It'll keep, and you can do it later. If you are with me here live or watching this later on, it's always good to have a sip of water while you're doing this work, stay present, and keep your thoughts here private. It's not the sort of thing to do with a whole, living room full of guests sort of thing. Best to do this. This is individual work, so do this on your own if you would mind, to preserve the integrity of this work. All right, so our goal here is to create some peace in the world and heal the hurt by healing the hurt inside of us. Let's get started. So just take a deep breath and come into your heart center. And heart coherence is probably one of the strongest energies out in the world. And so the more we can stay with that heart energy, the more coherence we create, both for ourselves and for everyone else out there. Take another breath in, breathe it into your heart. And do that in and out through your nose if you can. Okay, so now we are going to do this healing the hurt repatterning. There isn't really much of there is no introduction to it, but it's really a great repatterning that looks at how to balance the emotional charge of any kind of hurt we're experiencing throughout our energy system. And the other thing I wanted to mention, especially in view of the political situation in the U.S. and the indecisiveness of the current election, etc. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. Whoever wins, there's going to be losers, it doesn't matter which side wins. One of us is going to win, and then one of us loses, supposedly. But when you think about it, spiritually, energetically, the big joke is, very cosmic big joke, is that we're all connected. So if I'm a winner, I'm still holding the energy of your loss. I'm still holding the energy of your loss. Take a breath, breathe that on through. So what we want to do is hold within us those dual properties of everybody belongs, everybody's connected, everybody is right. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, so we'll start with our very first question to see how we can shift these patterns that are out there in the world. And our first question was that I think you've submitted the information for was, how have you been hurt in the recent or this current actually USA election? And so there's a number of contributions to the hologram, the answers that you provided us. And I'm going to read some of them out. And if you didn't have a chance, please put it in something in the chat box to answer the question, how have you been hurt by the events of the recent or the current USA election? Yes, just put it in the chat box. So what I've got so far is the lying of the incumbent president and self-serving actions. Women's rights are in jeopardy, the system's rigged for the powerful corporations, and we don't stand a chance. I'm hurt by the lies, the negative advertising, the divisive nature of our current culture in the US, and it could be many other places as well. Fear and feeling energy of others. Feeling sad and powerless to change, that so many people are controlled by external authority, their fears, and they don't know that they're being misled or lied to. Trust divisions within families, home, and community. Oh, I'm really tapping into this. Okay, just breathe that on through. Women's rights are in jeopardy. The system is rigged for the powerful corporations, and we don't stand a chance. I think that's in there twice. The national committees of the two-party system has let us down by giving us only these two persons to vote for, and there are others that may be better choices if they've been permitted to be recognized. Okay, and let me just, and none of the concerns I have for my country and our democracy going forward have been addressed by either candidate. We, the people, have been duped by lies on both sides of the issues, and the news media has deliberately enshrouded the election and the participants in delusion, misrepresenting facts, truth, honesty, and integrity. And so let's add to that from our chat. World peace is threatened, and democracy as a force in the world is threatened. And there's a lot of people that agree with you. Okay, and I'm hurt and shocked by how truly divided our nation is. Yes. Okay. All right, and so we need one of these. We need to list more. We don't, so I don't need any more answers. We need to say all of these. One of these can be a proxy for the whole group. So all of your information that you've included in this question, it's being shifted in this session, but we won't go through muscle checking the coherence for each one of these things. We're just going to pick one. And so it's one of the first 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we're going to pick this last one. All right. And you can say this out loud in your own space along with me. I'm checking the resonance here if you're new to this. I am hurt and shocked by how truly divided our nation is. And we resonate on for that. And that's the proxy statement for the whole hologram of this question. Okay. And the second question is, what do you regret in your life or in relation to your actions or non-actions with respect to this election? And so the answers received from all of you so far. And if you have something different, please put it, or additional, please put it in the chat box. I regret not repatterning this every day to create more coherence for the situation. I regret not voting. I regret that I have not sought to understand my friends who support Trump I regret that I feel anger and frustration at those that vote for him. Regret not being more informed about officials and not volunteering for a campaign. I betrayed my own truth to be loved as I feared if I was true to myself, I would be rejected or abandoned, killed or ostracized. I hide in fear. I feel responsible for others. I neglect my basic needs for well-being and service of others, and I martyr myself. Running away is another response. And the last one is I regret the polarity in our country that divides the people, leading to inconsiderate actions and the inability to be objective about what is best for the country as a whole at this time. I regret that there is not a better choice, that we as a people have not allowed the politicians to run amok, bludgeon and batter we have allowed politicians to run amok, bludgeon and batter our principles and rights. And we need one of these to proxy the group. We do this one, this one, this. It's running away. So it's just a phrase, but it proxies the hologram of this section, proxying the whole group and all of your submissions as well. What do you regret? We're on for the regret of running away. And that's the proxy statement. Okay, take a breath, breathe it on through. So it's an odd thing about regret. You know, when we have regrets that we harbor on all the time, boy, I wish I would have done that. It's just a field of energy that basically drags us down this coherence continuum. It brings us down this way. We always want to be at this point of choice where we're spiraling up. But the great thing about regrets, to handle them, is to name your regrets and let them go. So hopefully we'll do that in this repatterning. Our third question for input is, what is the learning of your regrets? So what we have so far is our thoughts merge with others to create a field that creates our reality. I intend that the consciousness of voters worldwide reach for compassion, understanding, mutual respect, and harmony in the world. I am engaged in the political process and make a difference by shifting my consciousness. I let go of judgment and negativity, embrace love, and celebrate differences. I bring balance and harmony. And the next one is, I embrace opportunities to learn more from all perspectives and walks of life. I'm at peace, even in the face of all conflict and adversity. I plan to achieve my goal of being more involved in politics for the next race. I'm totally true to who I am and belong, and I belong. I experience serenity, blissful, intimate relationship with all of life. Peace is within me and around me. Conflict is creative and truly does lead to innovation and collaboration. There is space for us all. We are all heard and seen and valued. And the next response is being loving, accepting, and patient. And I intend for the divide to be healed and for the greater good for all to be recognized. I intend to work toward a vision of harmony and integrity and to set the principles back in coherence, put in the Constitution all right. And we're going to add to that, I think there's at least one more. I can still offer love to others even if I disagree with them. And so yeah, we need that one. And we need a proxy for this section. We do. It's this. I intend for the divide to be healed and for the greater good for all to be recognized. So I'm going to use that statement. Then the second one, third one, no, it's just this. So the proxy statement is, so instead of saying I intend, we're going to say as if, and how we check these is to put it in the present tense like it's already occurred. The divide is healed for the greater good for all to be recognized. And we're off for that statement. So the divide is healed. And we'll just pause there for a moment and just close your eyes. We're going to put a little bit of energy into this part of the session. I'll ask you to just close your eyes and be in that moment where the divide is healed. There's divisiveness on both sides. And just you can see in your mind's eye how divided the groups are. And just in your mind's eye, see that divide coming together. The edges blurring together a little bit, becoming fuzzy. So there's maybe centers of strong opinion, but there's one field of energetic love. And everybody in that field is recognized. Everybody's opinion matters. Everybody counts. Everybody belongs. And just take a deep breath in. Good. And I'm just going to add one more. That I think everybody can see that in the chat. We prioritize restoring peace on earth and a natural Holocene with abundance for all. We share the planet with deeper appreciation of all we receive, and we give love to all. Also add that in. Lovely. Okay, and but we're off for the divide is healed. So now, next part of the repatterning is to check for the non-coherent heart protector quality involved. I forgot to mention, I meant to mention this earlier. This repatterning is based on the meridian repatternings that Chloe Wordsworth has put together in a book called Inner Cultivation Through the 12 Meridians. And the heart protector meridian is one of 12. And its job, as the title indicates, is to protect the heart. It's like the sentry at the castle gate, you know? And the thing about the heart protector is that when it stops doing its job, all the other meridians in our system fall off the job as well. They start overcompensating for each other because the heart protector guy has been off duty or something. And so our system goes out of whack. Like we just start creating imbalances where we least expect it. So this gives us a chance to kind of correct that imbalance in our whole energy system. So the non-coherent heart protector quality, let me just write that out. It's from a list, 1 through 5, 6 through 10. Oh gosh, it's a long list. 11 through 15, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, it's something to do with sexuality. I draw away from, I avoid sexual bonding. So that's the, boy, I bet there's a lot of couples that are split up over the current elections. So the non-coherent pattern here is I avoid sexual bonding. And muscle checking the energy for that, we resonate with that. And I'm just writing that out here. And we need another non-coherent quality. We do 1 through 15 to 20, 21, 22. I am first part, second part. I'm confused about whether a relationship with the party I choose will be safe for my heart to thrive. So yes, we're on for confusion. I'll say that again as I write that out. I am confused about whether a relationship or a vote for my candidate, whoever that is, will be safe enough for my heart to thrive. So we're still on for confusion in that pattern. Take a breath. That's it for the non-coherent heart protector qualities. And let me just mark that. Yep, it's on. Now the next section is the five element patterns associated with the heart protector's hurt and vulnerability and the coherence needed. So let me just set that up here. See, okay, and so this is part of the energy system. For those of you who are new to this, energy moves, in this system, energy moves through a circle of five pools of energy called elements, elemental energy: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And each one of those has a relationship with everybody else. So wood feeds energy to the next guy in the circle, which is fire. Fire feeds earth, earth feeds metal, metal feeds water, water feeds wood. And each one controls another one as well. We won't get into that. But it's interesting to know where the energy kind of is pooling, and because it can lead to, the ideal, locating the ideal place where a shift needs to be created. We'll get to that near the end of this repatterning. So the wood element involved, non-coherent quality for wood is 1, 2. It's reactive, judgmental, critical, belligerent, it's easily frustrated. So let me write this out first. So it's wood. I am easily frustrated. In response to feeling hurt by, and you can put in the name of the candidate that would frustrate you. So there's, as you can see, I'm not picking sides here. It's whatever side it is for you. And it might not even be a candidate. It might be your friend that you are arguing vehemently with over the elections, etc. But it's to do with the elections. And so again, the statement is, I am easily frustrated in response to feeling hurt by my political candidate, is what I'll put for a proxy for everybody. My political candidate. And checking our resonance, we are on for that. Okay. And now, and we need the coherent wood quality. Yes, it's lovely. This is another wood quality. You could say along with me, I take a pause instead of reacting. And we're off for that. And we resonate with that. The next element is fire. So fire, we need a non-coherent quality, 1, 2. And it's the first part, second, third. I mask my vulnerability, pain, and hurt by being friendly, but maintaining a certain distance. And you're on for that. So this is fire. I mask my vulnerability, pain, and hurt by being friendly, but maintaining a certain distance. And we're on for that non-coherent fire quality. The coherent fire quality needed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I set clear boundaries so I am protected from being hurt. And we're off for that. Being hurt. We're off for taking that kind of action. And then next is earth. Our earth quality. And non-coherent qualities, 1, 2, 3. First part, I feel uncared for. So say that, I feel uncared for. We resonate with that. some of the rhetoric in this political event, it can feel like, you know, if you're not in that, if you're listening to the person that's not your guy, you can feel tremendously uncared for. So, so that resonates. So we're on for that. The coherent earth quality is 1, 2, I am generous in all my relationships, and that is off. Okay, take a breath, breathe that on through this heavy stuff here. Our next element is metal element, and the quality that's not coherent is 1, 2, 3. First part, I devalue those who hurt me, and we resonate with that. Value those who hurt me, and we're on for that. And we need another non-coherent metal. Coherent metal is 1, I let go of past pain and open the space for positive change and new possibilities. And we're off for that. I let go of past pain and open the space for positive change and new possibilities. Lovely statement. We're off for it. Then the last element is water. And we need the non-coherent water involved is 1. When I feel hurt in relationship, I feel powerless. And we're on for that. And some of you may have already made the connection that, never mind the political event, a lot of these statements can apply to everyday life, which underscores the beauty of resonance and coherence. Like, it's all the same frequency. So if it's vibrating out there, it's wreaking havoc in your home life and personal life as well, and it can show up in different ways. So the coherent water quality needed, 1, I take a pause and contain my self-energy power appropriately. Power and fears? Yeah, say this, I take a pause and contain my power and fears appropriately. And we're off for that. Most of us don't realize that, you know, even if we're afraid and we're broadcasting that, you know, with full veracity, you know, we have a lot of power in our words, and just sharing all of that out there just feeds the grid of humanity, like the interconnection we all have. That's what we're putting out there for world peace. So we have to look for ways to take a pause and contain our power and our fears appropriately, but we're off. All right, so that's our section on the elements. So that's the energy under this hurt. We need to look at the coherent heart protector meridian quality needed. And because this is a group, I always go for 1 or 2, more than 1. We need 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel safe and free from harm in relation to this election. Yes, so I'm just ad-libbing here a bit. So say that, this is what we're checking, the pattern we're checking. I am safe and free from harm from this election. And we're off for that. And that's coherent heart protector. That's off. And that's section D. Okay then, and we need another quality. We do 1 through 5 to 10, 11, 12, first part, second part, So I'll read the statement. You can say this along with me. I'm aware of the pain and hurt in my present relationships, and I have the strength to open my heart to trustworthy, joyful relationships in the present. And we're off for that. Okay, so next section, what do we want instead of feeling hurt, disappointed, and overprotecting our heart in relationships? So we're in a difficult situation. There's all these opposing opinions about the elections, etc. It's been often described as culture wars, war of values. You know, I'm right, you're wrong, etc. So instead of all of that, so we already had the submissions earlier. So I'll ask you to write down for yourself, what do you want instead of your hurt, disappointment, and overprotecting your heart in relationships? So in other words, the election is going to be, there's whatever it is, the election is going to be whatever it is. It's a train on a track, we can't stop it. The outcome is going to come to whatever it is. But instead of going to that finish line with the hurt and disappointment and being shrouded in this inner, protectionism that we're feeling that hurts us, basically, what do you want instead? How do you want to manage the chaos of this political energy coming at us? If you'd like to put your answer in the chat box, I'm looking for your positive answer for what would basically spiral you up. It means that we're at this point of choice. And we can zigzag down to the bottom here, but if we wanted to go upwards towards, love and peace of mind, which is the top of this coherence continuum, what would do it for you? What do you want instead of your hurt, disappointment, and overprotecting your heart in relationship? So I want to feel safe, safe to live my full potential. That's good. I will take that. And anybody else? Yep. Appreciate all involved. Appreciation of all involved. Lovely. Anybody else from the hologram? I'm going to put in, I find what is right, what is true and right in all opinions. In all opinions. And I experience acceptance, forgiveness, inner peace, and love. Lovely. I maintain clarity within, and I trust my heart and my body response to others' words, so I know who I can trust. Good one. That's very heart protector meridian, for sure. And anybody else? How do you want to be? What do you want instead of your hurt, disappointment? We need more answers. I'm looking for one more. Let's see if I can tune in and see what that might be. What do you want instead of your hurt, disappointment, and I'm getting the word democracy. I'm going to put in democracy prevails. I think that was one of the biggest threats. Democracy prevails. Or democracy is upheld. Okay, I'll just wait a moment here. There's something else. Oh, I've got something else here. My heart and mind are open to the process. I acknowledge the pain and joy involved with growth and change, and I willingly accept it all. Excellent. And peace, love, joy, harmony, and prosperity. Yes. Okay, and we need to list more. Need more details. No. So, so that's section E, little a, yes, little a, and we need a proxy for all of these. We need something from here, 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 here. My heart and mind are open to the process. I acknowledge the pain and joy involved with the growth and change, and I willingly accept it all. That's the proxy, and we're off for that statement. Almost there. And now this is a nice heart protector declaration statement coming up. All right, so I'm going to, it's a fill in the blank. So whatever your candidate is, it's the other person, okay? I'm free of reacting to my candidate's challenger. Sorry, I have to write this out just to get all the moving parts in. Acting to my candidate's challenger. Okay, to my candidate. No, it's not my candidate. Reacting to the opponent of my candidate. That's better. My opponents. So I am free of reacting to the opponent of my candidate, to their negative reactions, to their negative actions, and I take responsibility for my own right actions and my own right thinking. And so let me just check that. I'm free of reacting to the opponent of my candidate, to their negative actions and their negative actions. And I take responsibility for my own right actions and my own right thinking. Well, guess what? We're off. Okay, take a breath. Okay, now the next section. What do you imagine is the higher purpose of this current election experience? So what is the higher purpose? Let's think about that for a moment. What is the higher purpose of this current election experience? And I'm going to just write that down as section C. And I'm going to just intuit that on behalf of the group, this is about expanding consciousness. Okay, expression of our views and values provides all of us with perspective as we learn to listen to each other. And the consciousness of a nation evolves. So in other words, again, it's not about right and wrong. It's about listening to everybody. Everybody, there's an opposing force because somebody's needs are not being met. And we all have to have our basic needs met. And so as we listen to each other, there's something right about everyone. Everyone has something to offer. That's such a gift of democracy, to be able to listen and hear all the different opinions, value and respect everybody. And so that we can, by listening, we can expand our world. Our world becomes bigger. We can hold more. We can be more. And we're a tremendous force of love. Just breathe that in. So, what do you imagine is the higher purpose? I'm muscle checking. The expression of our views and values provides all of us with perspective as we learn to listen to each other, and the consciousness of a nation evolves. And we're off for that. So just breathe that in. And now this last declaration statement here, it says, I accept the current experience of the elections as the divine will given to me for my higher growth and learning. And we're off for that declaration. But that's a heart protector declaration. I accept the current experience of the elections as the divine will given to me for my higher growth and learning. We're off. So that brings us to, the next section. Well, isn't that something? Oh, so we've got different energizing options here. So we need to go straight to a meridian point. We don't. We need a wood energizing option. We don't. So there's some specialized healing exercises here. We call them spiral up tools. And so it's from the energy of wood element. No. Fire. No. It's metal element. No. That would have been my guess, metal, but it's not. It's an earth point. No. It's water. Yes. And the option is the kidney point, the Mandela sequence. No, is it that I need the next section first? We need another element first. Maybe we need the color first. All right, so we need one of these colors: red, yellow, white, blue. Blue brings the flow, power, energy, and courage of water. So no coincidence there. And we need a water element meridian point. We do. So going off script here, it needs to be bladder for containment. That's it. So keep in mind, so I'm just going to write down blue. Think blue. As you think blue, all colors have frequencies to them. Each one has its own signature frequency. And so when we pick a specific color, it means that our field is in need of that color. It's deficient somehow. So we're going to put blue back into our field. Meanwhile, I'm getting the meridian point for the bladder meridian. And let's go bladder. There we go. Bladder meridian. So bladder meridian needs a specific point. So we need metal, we need water, we need wood, we need source. It needs a source point. And so I'll help you find this. It's number 64. This point is on the outside border of the foot, towards the ankle, on the side of the tubercle closest to the little toe. The tubercle is the base joint of the fifth metatarsal bone. So basically, if my hand was my foot, it's on this side, the little finger side, and I believe it's right over here at the base of that little joint of the little toe on the outside. And if you put your left pointy finger on your right foot, little toe on the outside, that would do it. Meanwhile, I'm going to hold that point by proxy. Here, I'll show you the bladder meridian points. If you were an acupuncturist, you saw an acupuncturist, this is where they put the needles, but we're not using needles. We're just using one of these dots, and the dot is on this foot down here, as I explained. So it's our number 64 point, and I'm going to hold that. And so so while you're holding that, so everybody holding the point? Okay, so just take a deep breath. This is putting energy in our system so that we can now shift some of these patterns. And I'll just read to you what this point is all about. It's a source point. And that means that it will help our bladder contain its energy, power, and drive, so we don't dribble out our energy over the election events. This source point enables us to draw on the strengths of the bladder meridian's qualities of courage, willpower, talent, cleverness, as well as the ability to contain our energy and use it appropriately as needed. Okay, so keep holding the point, and I'm going to look at the clock here, and we're going to hold this point for another minute, another half minute. I'll let you know when that's done, a little more than that. And I'll take some water. And remember to breathe. Okay, and you can slowly bring that to a close. Slowly take your finger away from the point and take a deep integrating breath. Lovely, good. Okay, and now, okay, I'm going to check. We need another modality. We don't, so that was it. That's all we needed. I think I forgot to combine that blue, but I imagine everybody was thinking blue. And it's funny, as I picked my outfit for the day, I had to pick this shirt that has its blue sleeves. So just take that in, the color blue. We're going back to the beginning now to see what we've shifted with that small but powerful little action there. How have we been hurt by the events? It was proxied by the statement. So everybody's statement's included, and the statement is that proxies all, I'm hurt and shocked by how truly divided our nation is. And we're now cleared for that. Just mark that off. Next question are regrets. And whatever your regret is, it's included in this statement, proxied by running away. And we're cleared for that. And then our third question was the learning of our regrets. What do you intend for peace in the world? And the statement is that includes your statement. The divide is healed, and for the greater good, and the greater good is recognized. And we're now on board that. Excellent. The non-coherent heart protector quality that was involved, I avoid sexual bonding, cleared. I'm confused about whether a relationship or a vote for my candidate, whether a relationship or vote for my candidate will be safe enough for my heart to thrive. So we're cleared of confusion. Excellent. The wood qualities involved, I'm easily frustrated in response to feeling hurt by my political candidate, and that's cleared. The coherent quality, I take a pause instead of reacting, and we're on for that. The fire quality, I mask my vulnerability and hurt by being friendly, but maintaining a certain distance, and we're cleared for that. So we'll probably be more upfront about how we really feel. And then next, I set clear boundaries so I'm protected from being hurt. We now resonate with that. Okay, take a breath. It's a lot of patterns reshifting here. Earth, I feel uncared for. That's now cleared. I'm generous in all my relationships. That is on. Metal, I devalue those who hurt me. Cleared. I let go of past pain and open the space for positive change and new possibilities. We are on for that. Good. I wanted to say what's flitting in my mind about that is no matter who wins, we should be in a place where we can let go of the past, all of the selection stuff, and just go forward for positive change and new possibility. It's a democracy. Everybody has a voice. Just keep exercising that with whatever candidate wins. We're in a winning country that has the possibility for all of us to do that. So, water element. When I feel hurt in relationship, I feel powerless. Cleared. I take a pause and contain my power and fears appropriately. We're on for that. Heart protector, the coherent heart protector qualities needed. I'm safe and free from harm in this election. We're on for that quality. And the next one, I'm aware of the pain and hurt of my present relationships. And I have the strength to open my heart to trustworthy, joyful relationships in the present. And we're on for that too. Okay, and this proxy statement for what do we want? My heart and my mind are open to the process. I acknowledge the pain and joy involved with growth and change, and I willingly accept it all. And we're on for that lovely proxy statement. And yeah, just change that to an on. And that's that section. And then I'm free of reacting to the opponent of my candidate, to their negative actions, and I take responsibility for my own right actions and my own right thinking. And we're on for that quality. And C, expression of our views and values provides all of us. Oh, this is our higher learning. Let me put that in. Higher learning. Expression of our views and values provides all of us with perspective as we learn to listen to each other, and the consciousness of a nation evolves. And we're on for that. And now say, I accept the current experience of the elections as the divine will given to me for my higher growth and learning. Wow, we're on for that. And you know, the thought that comes to me is as each of us go forward, you know, we have a resonance with what this is all about. It's coherent. I accept the current experience of the elections as the divine will given to me for my higher growth and learning. And as I learn and grow, that energy ripples out to the consciousness of humanity. So we're all little broadcasters of that energy. Okay, and I think that's all of our statements. Absolutely it is. So all the statements have cleared. We are now off for all the non-coherent statements and on for all the life-enhancing statements. What we're on for, we are resonating with, and what we resonate with is what we tend to experience in our life. So hopefully that experience means that we've healed the hurt for all of us regarding this election, and we're putting out a new, more positive vibration out there. Okay, so again, whether you're listening to this before the election is resolved or after, this is about healing this for yourself, within yourself. And, you know, time is not linear. You can go back and change the energy of the outcomes and experience life, the present moment going forward in a way more coherent way with this. Thank you for participating, for sharing your energy and creating something positive in the world. I'm Carolyn Winter for the Repatterning Practitioners Association. Thank you so much for participating. And we'll